There we go, and that's happy birthday to Avril. I hope you like that. That was what Rosie asked for you, was the Beatles and birthday. Now, get my breath back. That was lovely, actually. Wasn't that really interesting, all about that interior design stuff? Like, you always think you know sort of something about it, and then the experts come in and you realise you know nothing. I know nothing. Anyway, my guest now is, I just got planked in the chair, bad luck, and it's Ra Marchant. Have I said your name correctly this time? Because I said it wrong earlier. I do apologise.
You got my first name right. My surname is Marchant.
Right, Ra Marchant. It's a lovely name.
It's definitely out there.
Can we get you in front of the microphone? That'd be lovely, thank you.
Hello.
Oh, there you go. Hello. So much better. And you are. We've got a lovely friend, mutual friend.
We do indeed, Tracy Abbott.
Tracy Abbott. So we said we'd definitely give her a mention this morning, and sort of say thank you, Tracy, for introducing me to you, on sort of, and you filling into this break. So I guess this morning I sadly had to go to a funeral today. So I'm really grateful that you were able to come in and take a place. You are an amazing man, aren't you? Do you know, I realised after reading all about you and seeing that picture with the big gun thing, you're a 007, aren't you, really?
Well, I don't know about 007. I try to mix things up a bit. I mean, it just so happens that this film does have a lot of guns in it.
Yes, I know, but do you know, knowing somebody with a gun is actually quite empowering. I suddenly realised, I know somebody with a gun. But you're actor, stuntman, martial arts advisor.
Yeah, I try and mix it up as much as I can.
Yeah, that's a bit of mixing, that is.
Directing this film as well.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of responsibility going on this. It's driving me mad. This is the biggest project I've ever taken on.
Right.
But I wanted to take it on because a little while ago I was asked to go and do a film for somebody else.
Yeah.
So my son and I, because I generally work with my son Brennan,
right.
We went to Lancashire to appear as leads in a film, and we just did not like how it was put together. Very unprofessional. Don't get me wrong, it's a great experience.
Yes.
We'd always done our own videos our own way. This was the biggest thing, and we thought, we didn't like how it was done. Let's do our own.
Really? What age is your son, by the way?
He's 17.
You don't look like you have got a 17-year-old son.
I like you.
You're in your 20s?
I am 40 years old.
Oh, well.
I'm 40 years old, so yes, I am. I've got 4 boys.
Oh, my life. You're daddy of 4 as well?
Yes. Yeah, I'm kept pretty busy.
Well, you will be.
Yeah, I'm still choking over the fact you thought I wasn't old enough to have a son at 17.
Well, you're a bit boy bandy looking, aren't you?
It's probably because at the moment, because I'm filming, I'm in character, so my head is shaved.
Oh, right, is it? Oh, bloody girl, you want to have been in here at the moment. It's not complete. You're not bald, but that was really...
I'm not bald, no. But my
Shane Warne there.
Yeah.
Shane Warne. What?
Yeah, I have to keep changing my look throughout the film because it's over a period of time.
Yeah.
So at the moment, I'm going through the head shaved bit for the finale of the film. That's how I will look.
Oh, I say.
Yes.
Oh, exciting. And what's the film? What is it? The
film is called 6 Days.
Oh, I've seen that. That's the one I've seen the little caption of.
Quite possibly. There's a lot of stuff about it because obviously I'm promoting it like crazy at the moment.
Yes, I did. I've seen the link.
But yeah, it's just an idea that I came up with just before I went to do this other film for somebody else. Yeah. And it just kept going round in my brain. And I ended up starting to play the character from this other film, like how I wanted to play this one.
Yeah, got
it. And I felt like I was cheating myself by taking a role that I had already in my head and using it on another film. So I kind of stopped doing it, and just kept it inside me until obviously this film was complete, and then came back and I started writing the story for it. And it's just escalated. It's got bigger and bigger, and I'm literally filming stuff whilst writing more scenes. Yeah. It's got to that point where the film's just escalating. It does help that I've got some great people working with me who come up with some ideas, and then I've got to make it bigger and bigger and bigger. And
have you got the storyline, or is the storyline evolving as you're doing it?
I pretty much got the storyline all in place, but like I said, every time I film something, or I'm sat there writing the script, which is what myself and a colleague, Claire Bunn, is doing right now. We sit there and we're writing what we set out to do, but then something else will pop up and we'll think, oh wait, if we could do this, it would make the story so much better. And I want a semi-complicated story. I don't want it a straightforward action film, which is what it was originally designed to be.
It is a little bit James Bondy, isn't it, though?
It's well, when it comes to the action side of it, yes, it is a little bit James Bondy, but I'm trying to make it true to life.
Oh, are you kidding me? That can't be true to life. Somebody's lost their head, for goodness sake. I went, seriously?
Well, that does happen.
Oh, God, not where I live.
Don't get me wrong, I do not like violence at all.
Oh, it doesn't look like that.
But don't get me, but there will be violence in the film. That is guaranteed. That is what people will expect to a degree. But it's it's trying to do it the right way, as in you being in the position that my character is put in. What would you do? How would you react to that? Knowing that no one will ever think that the police would do something enough if a crime was committed.
True.
You always want them to do more.
Yes.
And obviously they are doing all they can according to the law.
Yeah, but they couldn't do what you were doing.
Yeah, well, this is true. But my character's background is in the military, so he's going to be using those skills in order to put things right that he feels need putting right.
Yeah. On the kickboxing bit, where you're doing round the house kicks, listen to me, who knows a little bit and a whole lot of nothing. I've got a little bit of knowledge about everything and a whole lot of knowledge about nothing. But the kicks that are coming up round the head.
Yes.
And is that your son that you're doing that with? Who's dodging them?
I won't be fighting my son in the film, no. But we obviously have fought on screen before, and yes, we do all that. Yeah. That sort of thing.
But there was one you looked like you'd kicked him in the head.
Well, that is the idea, is to make it appear that way.
I think you did.
Sometimes it is required. I don't think I've ever purposely kicked my son, but I know in one of the videos I did hit him once.
Yeah.
But we are very, very careful when we're filming things. I mean, I don't actually mind getting hit because I'm so driven by what I'm doing that if it requires that I get hurt, then that's what I'm prepared to do. I mean, there literally is very little I'm not prepared to do to myself for a film. I mean, for the last film I did, I had to lose 2.5 stone to play the character. And I'm still haunted now by the newspaper clipping where it showed a picture of me, and I looked so gaunt, it was unbelievable. And I had to lose that weight really quickly. Yeah. It's my own fault. I chose to play the character a slightly different way. Yeah. People assume that all I want to do is fighting. I don't. I want to act. So I really went to town on that character that I was doing, and I lost loads of weight, made myself look really gaunt. I was supposed to be playing a character that just come out of a coma as well after a year of being in a coma.
Well, so that's how he would look anyway.
I wouldn't look buffed or anything like that. I would look a bit gaunt.
So it ended up being easy to do the part.
Yes.
How many years have you been doing this? How many years have you been involved in films?
I started making films when I was about 12, 13 years old. I got really lucky and I got hold of a video camera. And this was back when there were those huge, great big things.
Oh, like the BBC cameras. Yes, I've got one of them.
Great big thing. And we hammered that to death with filming stuff. It was me and a couple of mates from school. And I'd taken a year, I was a year out of school and I was being home tutored.
Yes.
And I really got into Jackie Chan films.
Oh, I love Jackie Chan films.
This was way before he was known in this country.
Yeah.
So no one had ever heard of him, and I really got addicted to his films. Yeah. And that was my sole reason for getting into martial arts. I didn't want to be a martial artist. I wanted to be able to do it on screen.
Oh.
So that's all. People always say to me, "Oh, what belt are you, and what grade are you, and are you an instructor and all this?" I have no interest in that.
But did you not have to do it as part of your progression anyway?
Obviously, I was professionally trained.
Yes.
But now I do not participate in any schools at all. It is literally what I know. I just keep working on.
Yes.
So yeah, all my fighting ability was strictly for film only. I was not interested in being a martial artist as such.
Yeah. We've got Phil's just walked into the studio. Hello, Phil. He's wandered out again. Did he bring in a glass of water and put it on the floor and walk out again?
He did, yeah.
What are you up to, mate?
We've got problems with our pipes.
Oh, we've got problems with our pipes. If there's a plumber out there...
No, I'm fixing it.
This is Phil, the engineer. You're not a plumber. Oh, he's all sorts, so he is. He's all sorts.
I saw him walking in with spanners and whatnot.
I know, but that's and his bum bag.
Yeah, he's not going to fix a roof leak with a spanner, though.
Yeah, he's waving the spanner at you. He's behind you. Phil, do not mess with this guy. This guy's a kickboxer. My kids went into kickboxing as well too. I'm not quite sure what influenced them either, but out of all the sports, football didn't appeal, and rugby didn't appeal, or cricket, and maybe it's through the films or whatever that they decided to go into kickboxing. So I used to religiously go along and sort of sit at the at the end of the room while they were doing their training and their katas and all the rest of the stuff. And we got to a national championships.
Wow.
And we were really proud of them. They were brown belts. And but as a parent, and I've seen other parents on the sideline, some of these parents need locking up because they're demented. And when they see their child out there, but when you see somebody's around kicking your child, I tell you, I was ready to commit murder. I was shocking. And I ended up, don't let him kick you, kill him. What am I doing? I'd go out, and I thought I'd go better go out in the car park and have a walk around and not behave myself. But you see dads doing it at the side of the football pitches, don't you? And they're screaming at their kids, Horrible people. Shouldn't be doing that.
I was very fortunate when I was heavily into kickboxing. I was really fast.
Yes.
So I didn't get hit that often. And I always worked on my legs more than punches and stuff like that, so people couldn't get near me because I'm quite tall.
Yeah.
When I kicked out, no one could get near me, and I was really fast. I could throw 3 kicks all in one go before anybody had got a move in.
Really?
So I didn't really get hit much.
Yeah. Now, my eldest son, he had the long legs as well, too, so he did the leg. But Neil, who was actually really looked apart because he had a great physique for the sport, and he did this lovely thing. I used to say, do the thing with the eyes, because he used to look this way and that way, it was really mean looking. But the trouble was, he was in a class that were 9 to 12-year-olds, but he was 9. And a 12-year-old's like nearly a full-grown man. And in height anyway. And so, of course, he was ending up fighting these really big guys. So that's my baby. Yeah, get in there.
if they're going to do kickboxing, you've got to just sit back and let it happen.
Don't go is the answer. Don't go.
Kickboxing, especially when I was doing it, was quite brutal. I think it's relaxed a little bit more now. I think it's more about having fun as well.
Yeah.
But when I was doing it, it was quite brutal.
Yeah, it does look. Tracy saying hi, by the way.
Hi, Tracy.
She said I missed. Apparently, my name was mentioned. She says I missed it, but I'm listening now. And then I just replied to her and said twice.
I did send her a message earlier saying that you'd name dropped her when you called me Ray.
Sorry. It's raw.
It happens a lot.
It's a great name, though. Where did you get it from? Is it shortened or?
It's not shortened.
That is your name.
It was originally the Egyptian sun god name.
I know it is. Yes.
But I had to add another A to it because people kept calling me Ray.
Oh, right, okay.
And then after adding the extra A, people sort of calmed down on it until I went on the radio one day and people would call me Ray again.
Can you ever forget these people? You don't. No professionals in this world, is there? So Ra, I actually, when I was talking about you before, I did refer to you as Ra as well too, because I went to Egypt. I've been there and seen God Ra, and I know what God Ra is all about.
Egypt. Never been there.
You want to go? If you're named after something, you should go and see it.
I spend all my money on filming.
It
costs a lot of money.
And 4 children.
And 4 children. Yeah.
They're not cheap, I know.
No.
So, are the kids following you? And one of your sons is? Are the other boys as well?
Yeah. Well, actually, they all appear in the film.
Really?
Yeah, because Brennan is actually playing my son in the film, and he's got quite a full-on role.
Yeah.
But because it's over a period of time, Brennan will be played by his younger brothers at a younger age. In the film.
How cool is that?
They're all playing him.
Yeah.
It's basically as the credits roll at the beginning of the film, you're going to see a history of the family that the film is about. So you will learn that Brennan is a martial artist, and you will see him as a young child being a martial artist, because all my kids have skills in martial arts. Although my two youngest ones have never gone to classes, they've sort of learnt with me.
Yes.
And my youngest one is pretty impressive, I have to say.
Yeah.
In fact, it might be a point that he looks better younger than he does older when it appears in the film, because he is really good.
Oh.
And they've all got the
Bless
level of
him.
performance that that they could do something with if they chose to, but I don't push it on them at all.
No, the kids do it because they want to, but then there's a great respect for daddy as well too, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, when you're sitting there and you're watching yourself on your TV, which they used to do. We did a video a while ago for charity, and they got really addicted to that, and they just sit there and watch it.
Yeah.
I suppose a certain amount of it is going to rub off on them, that they do want to get involved.
Yeah.
And so they have appeared in a few of my videos, but some of them's just not appropriate for appearing because they're more of an adult sort of nature.
Well, that one, 6 days, is an adult nature.
Yes, but they won't see it until they're old enough. But
All right.
But there's other videos that I've done that they want to see, but I can't let them see it, and they want to see it more obviously if they'd appeared in it.
Yes.
So they're just going to have to hold off on this one we're doing now, because it's definitely not for kids.
And when do you think you'll have this one finished?
I'm hoping for around summer.
Right.
It's taken a while. It's taken longer than I thought it was going to. But it doesn't help the fact I've got to keep changing my appearance.
Yes.
So I've got to grow a beard, grow my hair, shave it off, and then I have to grow it back again. I know it sounds like that's weird, but because of the way it's being filmed, I have no choice. Because it's not being filmed in order.
Yes.
We just
No, I
can't
believe they rarely are. Very often
we can't do that.
Yeah.
There's so many restrictions that I have on the film in like locations.
Yeah.
Because of what the sort of thing we're filming, and there are guns involved, I can't go running around the streets with machine guns and.
No, I know.
So, it's tricky. There's a lot of red tape and stuff involved in making a film, so it has to be filmed a certain way. Plus, I'm really funny about who I want involved in the film, as in cast and stuff like that. So I need to meet their needs as well in when they can film.
Yes, of course.
So I don't want to replace somebody. If I've already decided what role they're best for, I don't want to go away from that and end up using somebody else.
Yeah.
I will stick with that and use them during their timeline.
Yes,
which does mean I've got to shave my head, or I've got to grow a beard, or something like that prior to that.
Wigs would hardly work in your line of work then, would they?
Not if you've got to do a backflip off of a building or something like that, and then your wig shoots off your head. That doesn't work.
You've heard of no nails, haven't you? Here, we'll have a music interlude. Fascinating talking to you. This is really dead interesting. This is, of course, Wild Horses and the Rolling Stones. I haven't had them for ages, but it is a favourite of his hobbies, and it was his birthday as well too yesterday. So for Harry, Wild Horses. And that was surprising. That was a lovely rendition. You wouldn't have, if I'd asked you to tell me who was singing that, I don't think you might have guessed it. That was the Rolling Stones, and Mick Jagger does absolute best there, Wild Horses. And of course that song was written by the Bee Gees, and the latest one singing that is Susan Boyle. It's on her latest CD, because I've got a copy of it, and she really sings that brilliantly. So not the sort of song you'd expect to hear from Susan Boyle, but my goodness, she does belt that one out beautifully. It's a lovely song. Do you like that one?
Yeah, it was a good song.
You're not a big music buff though, are you?
Not huge. Half the time I'm listening to songs, I don't know who's actually performing them.
Yeah,
but then
my problem as well.
that, when it comes to films, I go music hunting when I'm trying to find a track for films.
That must be a really hard thing to do, isn't it?
It is, but it's a case of I hear it, and I will write the scene around that music.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah. I mean, I've literally done that for this film.
Not the other way around?
No, I actually heard a couple of songs, and I had to have them for the film.
Right.
And then you have to fight, obviously, the right to use that music. But,
yeah.
I'll just hear a song, and I know straight away how I can use that.
Like we all talk about how much music over the years has influenced our lives, but that's like deadly serious, like, breaking your film around the music.
Yeah, I mean, I will literally do that. I won't write a scene and then pick the music. I can't work like that. I will. Just ask my wife, because I drive her nuts with the same song playing over and over again.
Earworm.
I will listen to it to death,
Yeah.
and then I can picture it in my mind,
Yeah.
the scene,
Yeah.
and put the scene to that music.
This is why a lot of scriptwriters work with somebody that they hand this on to. Have you ever thought of just working with somebody, let them contribute and see what their interpretation of your work would be?
We have used people before to help with things like that, but people don't get what I'm
Where you're
visioning.
coming from.
They really struggle with that. I have my own unique way of doing it.
Yeah.
It's referred to as RA style.
Yeah.
If you look at a lot of my videos, they got RA style in the title somewhere. I'm really funny about how I want things, which is why I struggle to work for
Yeah.
other people on movie projects. It's not because I think I'm better at it. I don't. But if something fails, then I know it's my fault, nobody else's.
Yes, of course, I do understand. Yeah.
But yeah, it would be, I mean, especially on a project like I'm working now, it is so big that I am struggling to deal with it. I mean, I'm literally responsible for everything. So I have, using cast members to help me with different things. I mean, like Tracy will be helping me with the fight choreography. And as I mentioned earlier, Claire Bunn, who plays a part in the film as a reporter, she's also helping me with the script writing, and she's amazing at it.
Yeah.
We have spent hours, and the time just disappears, just going through the script.
Whenever you involve other people, isn't it, it's like being here at Marlow FM. This is all run by volunteers. Everybody here is a volunteer.
Wow.
The people that work the website, the presenters, the technicians, Phil the engineer, the cleaners, everybody are all volunteers down here. Hello, Michael, I can hear you brushing your floor. He likes to have a nice clean studio. He's a good man. But we everybody works here. You all get a chance, though, to contribute. And that's lovely, because in a lot of ways then we are all fulfilling dreams of our own as well, too, because we're getting this chance to do that. By using other people, you must be doing the same sort of thing then. Yeah,
pretty much. I mean, this is the first time I have used so many people. I mean, if you go through my history of the films that I've done, they're normally short videos, and they normally only involve my son and I.
Yes.
Then we later on, when we did this charity video, where we remade the Gangnam video.
Oh, I love my favourite song. Are you kidding?
We made that. We called it Gangnam Ra Style, and it's actually like an 18-minute video with a silly story around the song as well, and it throws in a few of the things that I'm known for doing.
Right.
And people expect it. I mean, we do have a pretty loyal following, and they expect certain things from us.
Yes.
And to put them in a video can be difficult, especially if it's not an action-related video, which is obviously what I mainly do. So when you're doing a Gangnam video, so you're doing a music video, and you've got to try and throw in the action and the common things. I mean, I'm common for having a scar on my face.
Right.
It's just something that's just caught on, and I have to keep putting that into a video. So I had to put that into a Gangnam video. A very common stunt that I do is I'm rigged with a harness, which launches you backwards.
Oh, I've seen that one.
Yeah, so it's like a reaction from a kick.
Yeah.
That I had to try and put in the Gangnam video.
Yeah, you went back quite a way as well, too, by the way.
Yeah, well, I got several people on the end of this rope pulling it. It is
Really?
brute force that's just basically yanking me right across.
You just literally come off your feet and fly back to you.
I
really.
love it. We got most of the cast doing that now.
You wouldn't need to have your breakfast just before you do that, do you?
You wouldn't want to, no. But it's not as bad as you think. It doesn't. Pull your guts out. It looks like it does.
It
but
does look good.
It doesn't. But everybody loves doing it now. And it used to be just a thing that I did. And then people realise, actually, it's not bad at all. I'm going to do it. Until they do it onto bare floor.
I'm quite happy to take your word for it. It did look a bit scary. Scary.
If everybody could do it, there's probably no point in me doing it.
Absolutely, yeah. You wouldn't be interested either then.
Yeah, I have to mix it up a bit. And now that people are doing some of the silly stuff that I do, I have to then crank it up a bit more. I will be doing things in this film that the average person cannot do. I have to. That is just the name of the game. There just is no point in doing it unless...
The point being the same as everybody else.
Yeah, I want people to think, wow,
What made you do this from the start? What gave you this such a focused individualism about yourself?
Well, like I said, you got to blame Jackie Chan on that.
Is it his day?
I am a.
Where was your mother?
Well, this was back when you could go out and do your own thing. You didn't have to worry about weirdos on the streets and stuff like that. It was, I was out. I came home from school. I would go out with the camera with my mates, and we would film and mess around for hours and hours. I probably learnt more about martial arts out on the streets filming than I ever did in a school. Yeah. Because I was pushing myself harder, but I was having fun. Yeah. You go to a kickboxing lesson, you don't really have that much fun because you're tired, you're being pushed to your limits.
Yes.
So I was kind of lucky with that. So I was just like filming. We would just film fights. That was all we did. We weren't acting or anything like that. We filmed fights, and I would push myself on stunts, and I was doing some unbelievably crazy stuff. Sorry, Mum, if anything comes out that you did not know about. But I was like diving off of church roofs. I remember one time I had to dive off a church roof into a tree, and a branch went straight through my ear. And I had to try and hide that until it healed, because my parents, they knew that I was filming and stuff like that, but they didn't know the level of craziness that was involved in it. I just had no fear.
Yeah.
So I was doing stuff like, and there was one time I was on the same church roof, and I fell off of it by accident and came down backwards on stairs that led up to the church.
Oh, good grief.
And I was in a lot of pain, and I remember people running to my house saying to my parents that I died. So, of course, my mum and dad are running out the house thinking something was really bad. And obviously I was all right. I was in a lot of pain, but again, I'm trying to hide that because there was the fear factor of them stopping me from doing this.
Yes. Yeah.
And there was no way anyone was going to stop me. So it sort of progressed from there. And then when I left school, I started work, got married, had my first two kids, and things sort of calmed down.
Yeah. And
I wasn't getting the time to work on the videos. So for a good few years, things were just a hole. And it was destroying me. I just wasn't happy at all.
Yeah.
And then as my eldest son, he got into kickboxing as well. And I will say, at his own accord, I had no influence on him at all. But obviously he'd been brought up with me practicing and enjoying that sort of thing.
So being exposed to it, yeah.
Yeah. And he started to show an interest. So for his birthday, I bought him a camcorder, and just let him do what he wanted to do with it. I wasn't expecting anything fighting related. And I remember his first video that he ever filmed was of me. And it was a ridiculous video. I can't even sit through it. Yeah. But it all started off from there. So we actually created our company, which is called Antisocial Films. I'll explain what that means in a minute. And we started making films,
right.
And they sort of progress. And if you go on YouTube, you will see the progress of how really, really bad and embarrassing they were to basically what we're doing now. I mean, don't get me wrong, my videos are still embarrassing to me because I don't actually like seeing myself on screen, despite what people think. They think I'm always like self-promotion and stuff like. Well, I am promoting myself to a degree, but there are people that do like what we do. Sure. We created this company, and the name Antisocial Films comes from the fact that both my son and I have Asperger's.
Really?
Which people struggle to take on board, because here I am talking on the radio, here I am on film.
Yes.
Always doing something that's for everyone to see and hear. And they think, well, that's not...
That was probably related, though, to the early behaviour, though, wasn't it?
Well, it's me fighting the Asperger's, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, my son struggles a lot more than I do, but that's only because he hasn't... I think the words are come to terms with it.
Yes. Yeah.
Accept it, and then do what you can to get round it. Yeah. Which is what I do. I mean, I can only assume that half my life is an act, because I spend my life acting like I don't have Asperger's.
Right, okay, I understand.
Whereas right now, I'm waiting for this chair to, like, swallow me up.
Yeah.
Talking is not something I do I try
you're
and
doing a
avoid
cracking
it.
job
I'm
of it.
great with emails.
Yeah.
I can email forever, but talking is something I really struggle with.
It was lovely actually emailing you because you were like a best friend. You know, by the time we'd finished our messages backwards and forwards, and I'd literally just met you via an email introduction. And, you know, this is what they say a lot of the problems are with Facebook as well, too. You don't know who you're talking to, but like this was somebody I was going to meet. Well, yeah, you know, then you say you're going to be chatting to this person, but you just trust in the person because I know Tracy very well.
Yeah.
Tracy asked you. There's obviously that element of trust there because she wasn't going to give me somebody that couldn't talk to me. So she obviously has great faith and believes in you and the fact that you've got no problem talking at all. I wouldn't have said. I don't know. Like the Asperger's thing isn't something that you can. It's not visual. There's nothing there to always see that there's something wrong. Do you know what I mean? So you know you sound absolutely like, well, there's nothing wrong. You're just a daredevil.
No, I do a pretty good job of hiding it. Obviously, it's pretty clear to my wife and my kids.
Yes.
That I have certain amount of issues.
Yeah, issues. Well, I'd listen. There's plenty of us with issues.
Yeah, I mean, it's more prominent in my son.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that does show on film. But
Yeah.
the idea of antisocial films is for him to try and
Deal with it.
And
sure.
there's nothing. There's not a better way of dealing with it than being in front of a camera when obviously you're seeing what being filmed, which is us on screen. But what you don't see is the crew behind those cameras.
Yeah.
People holding mics, etc. It's a lot of people.
Sure.
So that's a lot of pressure to be put under. But it's almost like face your fears type
Face the
thing.
fear. That's just what I was going to say to you. It's
I
face the
struggle
fear.
like hell with it. I mean, I've done scenes before where I've had to break down and cry on film.
Yeah.
And the average person cannot do that like that. They can't do that. But then you try and do it in front of a camera with a crew round, mics all over you, uncomfortable makeup on your face, etc. Weird things around that you wouldn't see once the film's complete, like green screens and stuff like that. Obviously, we can see them, but they won't be in the finished product.
Yes.
It can be quite a lot of pressure.
I should think.
But I love it. I love it. It's almost like I'm stepping out of me and being somebody else. Because in theory, I am.
Oh, it's a great escapism then, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's great to be able to do that. And it's almost like, because I'm almost like a robot in how I live. I can step away from that and people can actually see that, no, I am actually human. You know, if I can actually cry on screen, because I do not cry.
Yeah.
But on screen, I can do it easy.
Yeah.
So it kind of shows people I am
human. You haven't got it here yet, mate. Right, I'm going to bring in another song. Give you a break. Oh, a lovely song here, Next to Me, with Amelia Sandy, and I probably haven't said her name right either, but Next to Me. Enjoy. Oh, how dare she finish a song just like that when I'm in the middle of a conversation. That's your one problem, you see. Whenever you know the songs, I thought, oh yeah, I know this song, and I was tripping away. I can see the time it's going down, and then all of a sudden she just stops. Just like that. You always get caught out. Stupid thing. You was like, we were talking about, you know, like you're dealing with Asperger's and with your son as well too, which is a real difficult thing to do, but there's no way that you come across as that, you know, because you're talking so eloquently. But I think you probably found your cure because of your focus. Do you think?
I think it's the closest thing. I mean, I was never treated for, I suppose, whereas my son has. I mean, it is just a case of pumping full of pills, and I don't agree with that.
Absolutely. Well, you didn't need them.
Thankfully, he no longer takes that sort of thing. But there wasn't really any treatment of any kind when I was younger.
Sure.
So it is just a case of deal with it. And it just so happens that I have a huge passion for films anyway.
Yeah.
So the two put together, I seem to be on a winner.
Well, yeah, well, obviously, and look what you've created. Is there how many films? Is there films that we would have seen, like famous films that you've been on as a stuntman that we've seen?
No. Everything that I've done is all our own personal stuff. And
Right.
a lot of it's available on YouTube. Some of it I can't because of copyright reasons, or maybe because of where we've chosen to film. It wasn't appropriate to just throw it all over the internet. But there is a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah.
I have had offers for film.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I was pretty excited once when I was offered a part by a director who'd actually worked with people like Steven Seagal.
Oh, very nice.
Very good friends with him.
Yeah.
And he's always interested in what I'm doing.
He's a scary man. He just looks, doesn't he? And
Yeah,
you go,
I couldn't work with someone like Steven Seagal, though. For what I hear about him, he's not a nice chap.
really? Oh. He looks mean.
Yeah. I mean, the problem with me is I'm really set in my ways, and I have to try and chill out a bit on that. I like things done a certain way. I don't like all the hard work that's involved in making a film, all the rubbish involved in it. I just want to do what's in my head, put it onto film. You either like it or you don't like it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'll win at some point and make something that everybody will like. I'm pretty sure that won't be the case with this film I'm making now, because obviously it's going to be more for adult sort of people. I would love to make a film that's for everyone.
Yes.
And there'll be an element of something.
Well, it's the Jackie Chan thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because with Jackie Chan, of course, there's a certain degree of comedy with that as well, too, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. He would not have the success if he wasn't doing the comedy.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for me, I am scared of not being funny. I mean, I've got a wicked sense of humour, but you try and put that onto film, that's really difficult. So I'd love to make a comedy, but I think I'd fail because people wouldn't get my humour.
Oh, I think you do it all right.
I'm sure one day
It's just the
try.
belief, isn't it?
Yeah,
you have to have the belief, because it's like Mrs. Brown's Boys. Like she just appears on the screen, I'm starting to laugh. But it's that presence, with Jackie Chan as well too. It's nothing what anybody says sometimes. It's just a look.
Yeah, I mean, I've studied all the actions that he does.
Yeah.
So he doesn't necessarily have to say anything funny.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, he doesn't generally say anything funny because a lot of his films
That's
are
right, he
obviously in a
doesn't
different
actually.
language
Yes.
and they're dubbed. That the humour isn't translated.
Yes.
So it is a case of him pulling a face or something
It
like
is,
that.
it's a look.
Which I can do. And I'll be honest with you, it'd probably shock people if I did it on film because they just don't expect that of me. I'm normally
already.
playing the cold sort of
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
But no, I would love to do a comedy, but people would expect sort of jokey type stuff in it. And I'm just scared that I will not come across funny at all. So I have avoided that up until now.
Face the fear. Come on, you've done it so far.
I think there's a bit of humour in the Gangnam video we did. But
Oh, it's got to be, surely.
Again, it's visual humour rather than me saying something.
I'll check that out later. I didn't get a chance to see that one. I seen the 6 Day one, and because I was out last night, and so I got to look at the 6 Day one, and I thought, blooming heck. It was a
Check
bit...
out one called The Mirror.
Oh, right.
And also, there's one called Up Close and Personal. That's one you need. They're ones where I've tried to... It's more of a performance than anything else.
Have you got a website, Ra?
I do have a website. For the life of me, I can't remember the name of it.
Tracy, if you're Tracy, I know you're listening. Tracy, send me a message where you've been sending me messages on what his website.
Google Ra March and you'll find a lot more stuff because there's things out there that people have posted that I wasn't aware of. I'm always finding stuff on the web that people have posted about me.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure all of it's true. But you never know.
Behave. But it is well, to be perfectly honest with you, like I'm absolutely fascinated. We're in the last few minutes of the programme, so it would be we've really got to check you out and see what you're doing, and I'd love you to take on a comedy part because I think you could do it with no problem. You got a lovely smile, and I'm sure you could do facial expressions with absolutely no problems at all.
I'm pretty sure I could.
Can I just have to give some church notices out, and I've got to play a little song here which I've got where is it? Heart Skips a Beat, and I'll be playing this one for Teresa, and it's Teresa's birthday, so happy birthday, Teresa. Just finishing this song off for you with a bit of Ollie Moores. I know that you're going to like him. And after the news that's coming up now in just less than 5 minutes is the Eclectic Light Show with Michael in the hot seat. And the second hour, Michael will be honoured. Now, he writes me my script, and I'm sure I know exactly how he feels. He will have his special guest in, the former BBC TV presenter, Paul Burden. So you couldn't have watched a Breakfast TV a few years ago there without Paul Burden right in front of your screen. So it's been fascinating listening to him, and a local Marlow man as well too, so do stay with us. And I will be back again next Wednesday, and I will be back with the Skin and Blister Band as well too. And I've got another guest that I'm trying to entice in for my 10 o'clock slot. I haven't quite won this person over yet, but I'm still working on it, and hopefully it will succeed. I have to be very nice though. Ray, Ra Marchant, Marchant,
That's correct.
Ra Marchant, RAA. Check this guy out on YouTube. Just Google him and all this stuff will come up that he's been talking about. You have been a brilliant guest this morning. You've got to come back when this film's done. Yeah?
I will do, yeah.
Love to talk to you and find out how it's going. And in the meantime, 6th Day, if you want to check it out as well too, it is an amazing film. You see you flying through the air. It's great James Bondy stuff.
Guns galore.
Oh, so empowering. Anyway, Teresa, this is for you. Happy birthday. And Ralph, thank you so much indeed. And
Thank you.
Tracy, thank you so much for introducing me to such a special guest.
Love you, Tracy.